God gave me a very clean setup today, and let me show you guys how I cut, how I cut that trade, my bias, story, and execution, right? So good day everyone. I hope you guys had a lovely week. Today's Friday, and I'm making this video on the 6th of December. Okay. So yeah, let's go into it. So I'll be, the video is going to be divided into three parts. The bias and the story. So let me get this written here. So firstly is the bias, how I got my bias, right? And story. Then we talk about the then we talk about the execution, and then how, you know, then we talk about the execution and then the model. Good. So yeah, first about the bias. So how do I get the bias? So how do you get your bias on the market, right? It's very simple. So basically you use structure, market structure. So as you could see, structurally we are clearly bullish. Now we have the swing structure and we have the internal structure. Now what you can see here is the internal structure, because if you zoom out, right, and this is what a lot of people make mistake in doing, they don't zoom out, they just focus on the current price, right? You should zoom out. So if you can zoom out clearly, you're going to see gold has been bullish for so long, and you just add this pullback. So meaning that the swing structure range, right? This is between this eye and this eye. So this is the last swing low, and gold is bullish. So we have the swing guy, and this is the new swing guy. So everything in between here is just what? Is just internal structure. Now let's zoom in closely. Since our string structure is still bullish, we have that at the back of our mind. Now let's talk about the internal structure. So as you can see, this is the internal structure. So we have this swing low, internal structure low. We have this high, we have this low, right? Now we reacted off this zone, right? Let me draw it out. If you go to the daily, you could see price reacted off to this zone, this area, right? After the reaction, we had internal structure shifted bullish. Now, what is price telling us that internal structure has shifted bullish, right? Means it's now aligned with the swing structure, and it means that what we are now pro trend. This is what we call pro trend, whereby internal structure is now aligned with the swing structure. So in this scenario, I am bullish on gold. So as you can see, after price created a high, we had price coming, reacting off this demand area. You could see the bullish order flow, and then we went to make a new high, right? Now, very simple, right? So now we are bullish. Internal structure is also bullish. Now we have what we call substructure. Now, what is substructure? Substructure is those structure inside the internal structures. Now, for example, this is a substructure. You could see this pullback, this break of structure is a substructure. Then you could see this bearish move to the downside. It reacted to this demand. After that, we had the substructure shift to the upside. Price reacted to this demand, and you could see how we perfectly went to create another internal swing, guys. So swing structure, internal structure, and substructure, they are very important, right? So right here, let's zoom out because let's zoom in. Sorry. So since internal structure is bullish, you could see price, right? So price, we open. So at this particular time, you could see the internal structure is bullish. So we had this substructure shifted bearish here, right? This is the bearish move, right? You could see this high, this low, this high, broke structure to the downside, right? This is on 4 hour. Then after that, we had this pullback and broke structure again to the downside. It just follow the candle, right? Because it's a substructure. Then we had this high, we put in this low, and as you could see, we created a new high. Now, what is price telling me? Swing structure is bullish, internal structure is bullish. Now, for the internal structure, you could see we are reacting off this whole range of demand, right? And not that we also add what a bullish shift of structure. Now it's now making sense now because swing structure is bullish, internal structure is bullish, and it's like okay, substructure now shifted bullish. Now this is the best time for us to look for some longs. And apart from that, we're going to talk about time-based liquidity areas, right? Which are the time-based liquidity area. So after we shifted bullish right here, so what did I do? Let me go back to the daily and let me explain to you guys. So we came into this area of imbalance, right? And after that, you could see price right here. So price, right, came lower here. We had a close below, but we are erecting off this area of imbalance. So I was like, okay, it's making sense. Then we had the other day, right, which is on Wednesday, right? Price rated the previous daily high, and right, it fails to close above the high. So it's telling me, okay, we are having a bearish move to the downside. But this is what happened, right? On Thursday, which was the day I took this trade, price opened, right, and fails to read this low. Apart from failing to read this low, it's also, right, gave me a confirmation that, okay, we might start seeing that because whenever price raises the previous daily high or the previous daily low, you have to understand that they are time-based liquidity, previous monthly high, previous weekly high, previous daily high, sessions high and low. So when price takes those highs, you need reversals. But whenever price takes those high and kind of like see like, okay, price is not really showing you prove that it really wants to, go and take the other liquidity area, it means that most times price really wants to reject right to the upside. So I was like, okay, since price really because daily high and price fails to, comes to take this low, and we had this day within the same previous daily high because now we've this is Thursday, we've moved to the next day. Price really this previous daily low. It means that okay, we want to see higher prices. Coupled with the fact that the structure is bullish, coupled with the fact that we've, let me go back to the 4 hour time frame. So coupled with the fact that structure is bullish, coupled with the fact that we've had substructure shift bullish, and everything is now making sense, right? So we go to 15 minutes time frame. I want this very short as possible, right? So this is the 15 minutes time frame. Sorry for the drawing, just for you to get it. So this is the 15-minute time frame, right? So this is a bonus tip. Most times substructures on H4 are always swing structure on 15 minutes time frame. So this is the swing low, we have the swing high, we have this low, then price break structure to the upside. Now after price break structure to the upside, this is the beginning of the initial session. So that means this whole day, it's an entirely different day, right? This was the day that price took out this previous daily high and, there was no rejection to the downside. Another thing was the previous daily high was not like a structural high, so it wasn't really making sense for me, right? So I was like, okay, it could just be a reason for a pullback before we continue to the upside. So as you can see, swing structure again, we talk about structure on 15 minutes time frame. We had the swing low, right? We have the swing high. We have this swing low, then we had that break of structure. Now, since we are bullish, it means that I want to, continue looking for buys because price has shifted bullish. So after we had the break of structure, we had internal structure, right, for us to continue the buy because you have to understand that internal to external, external to internal, right? So after price took out this high, we had a new structural high, right? Then I had this as my internal structure low because this is a swing low, a swing high, a swing low, then we put in a new swing high. This is internal structure. Everything happening inside this structure, right, is their internal structure. So we have this as the last low that puts in this I. So it is internal structure, right? Then we add a new day. This is a new day entirely because this is my indicator, Asian session indicator that allows me to know the Asian range, right? So you could see that price open, right, a new day, readed the internal structure, reacted to this area of demand. So I was like, okay, making sense, right? Now we are bullish. Now internal structure has now aligned, meaning took out the liquidity, this low, which is an old low, internal structure low, as an area of liquidity, as also taking out the previous daily low. Now it's not making sense for us to what look for solid buy. So yeah, my entry was on 5 minutes time frame, or I don't want to go down to 5 minutes time frame, so it doesn't get confused. So we had after price we did this low, so you could see this. The was my entry was on 5 minutes, so I could have entered around there, but I missed it. So for a conservative entry, right? So we had this, structure range. We had a shift of structure. After that shift of structure, you could see this was the zone that what took out this eye. So we had our entry right at that zone, right? So the entry was very clean and direct. So we had our entry stop loss below this low. We are not taking, we are not putting our stop loss below this low because this is the zone we're expecting price to react from. So we give it the buffer, right? We give it buffer and here we go. So uh the target was this high. Now let's talk about targets right now. Because gold is heavily bullish doesn't mean I am going to hold my trade up to this high. I am focusing on structure. You have to understand that M15 switched bullish. What is that telling me? It's telling me that any trade I'm taking, right, is for price to go out create a new swing high, right? I don't care about what the H4 is doing. The H4 is just to build a storyline, right? The other time is just to build a storyline, right? N15 is what I'm actively working with. That is my time frame. That is what I'm really working with. That is the range I am working in. So the mistakes a lot of traders make is when they're taking a trade, they just target insane, no realistic targets. My target is the swing high on 15 minutes time frame because I'm expecting price to make a new swing high. Very, very simple trade, right? So where's my target? My target is this I just extended it to 1 to 5, right? Because I know price is gonna blast through. And also this was the previous daily low that has been rated, so I'm expecting the previous daily high to be rated. So you could see how it's making sense. Previous daily low get rated. I wanted the previous daily high to get rated. Expecting price to create a new swing high on 15 minutes time frame. So you could see that how it's all making sense, right? So this was my target. And you could see we got tagged in, price played around, played around, played around, and we smashed the TP on Friday, which was very, very, very clean. If you are not in my Telegram, in fact, I gave out the trade at exact before price came to this zone. I gave out the trade. I posted it on Instagram, my Instagram story, follow it, SauccyFX. I also posted it on my Telegram. I posted it on X. So it's not as if, I'm just making it up. I posted everything and you can go verify yourself before, you know, we had the entry, before I took the trade. So yeah, so that's it. If you have any question, just drop in the comment section. I'll actually, um, you know, I would answer to it. So also make sure you join the Telegram. That is where link is gonna be in the bio, right? That's where I share my live setups and also game plan every day, every day as far as there's something in the market, share it. So yeah, enjoy your weekend, guys. So